Good morning. How is everybody doing today? So, this morning, what I wanted to really talk to you about is the microbiome and how the breath affects the microbiome. And I think by now, most of us are fully understanding the importance of the microbiome for restoring and repairing the body. And it's not just the food that affects it, although clearly the food does affect it. The body's pretty genius and it can make things out of things you wouldn't expect. The inner intelligence blows you away. But we start off, we're covered. Good morning, Tricia. We're covered in microbes, the skin, the mouth. It starts in the mouth and then all the way down the digestive tract as it weaves its way down, especially into the intestines, small intestines, colon, bowel, and then makes its way out the other end. There's a whole process of wee critters involved in the process, starting in the mouth. And we know that when we think about food, we can actually start to salivate. And that's the body very cleverly getting ready to, with the enzymes and etc., to break down the food using our teeth to chew it, and then putting it through the digestive system so that the body's got what it needs and the microbes have got what they need to repair and restore anything that's in a state of degeneration. And what we're really understanding now as well about getting old, we don't need to age the way we do. There seems to be, I'm not sure what age it is, it's maybe different for all of us, but there seems to be an age where you peak and then it's all a downhill slide from there, which of course we understand is simply not true. Now that we've got this greater understanding of the body and how we can stop it from degenerating to a certain degree. Obviously you're getting older, there's things that are going to slide, but we can have a much greater impact on that than we currently thought. And also how exercise, which I see breathwork really as a form of exercise, how exercise impacts the microbiome. Because when we eat certain foods, we boost certain things in the body in terms of our carbohydrates, our proteins, and our fats. And when we exercise, we also boost certain things within the body. Now, that can be physical exercise, in terms of going outside or going to a gym or going to a studio and doing some actual exercise, or it can be doing the breath work and using the power of the imagination. We can really change things, and we know we can do that with visualization as well. So really, I want you to start having a much clearer overview about how the ecosystem works, the ecosystem that is your digestive system, that is your body. What even is the body now? We're realizing there's way, way more microbes than there are cells. And these cells, the life and the mitochondria, the energy center of the cells, are all relying on the microbes and the microbiome to stay well and to keep us. And obviously we understand, and a lot about our intuition is happening from these microbes, whereas previously we were thinking it was the heart brain axis. I mean, it's just mind-blowing, the stuff that these microbes do for us, and how when we understand that at a different level, it's like, right, well, we're not even eating for ourselves, we're eating for these little critters to give them the power and the building bricks to restore and repair the body. So how does the breath affect that? Well, in lots of different ways, because if you're looking to break free from pharmaceutical drugs to fix you, you need to know other things to do. And breath is key in that breath. Guess what else? Fasting, free, under your nose, and you're capable and able to do it. But I think what's really important is the understanding why. And when you start to understand why things work the way they do, and why intermittent fasting, after so many hours, what the body starts to do, then you become more inspired to assist the microbes and the microbiome and all the little critters that are, and all the bacteria, the rickettsias, the amoebas, all the big fancy words of all these things that are living on and in us. Some that help regenerate and some that help degenerate. So I'm going to show you a couple of breaths today, very interesting, called the crows. It's mimicking a lot of yoga. I didn't know this really, but came from observing animals in the wild and how they did it and poses to help the body. And also, interestingly enough, child's pose, which is probably one of my favourites, where you put your, you're on your knees, you can have your knees apart and put your head on the ground so that your intestines are actually higher than your head. And how this helps the digestive system, the microbiome, how you're breathing into that area. A lot of these, the bacteria, they like an anaerobic environment. And we know that anaerobic in terms of the pH, in terms of the lack of oxygen, where things can thrive that we don't want to be thriving. So how we can fill the body, which pretty much any breath work that we've been doing this month will create more oxygen in the body, but how you can do very specific ones that can get into the bowel and into the intestines to really help this process, and even one that can help you with fasting. So I don't know how you're all doing if you're keeping going with the intermittent fasting. I highly, highly recommend that you do. You're going to get a better result. Also, the other thing that the message we need to get across is that you need to be doing this daily. And also, if you're trying to heal in the process of healing an autoimmune disease, it can literally take years. Candida, 18 months to 2 years. To really, rebalance. But it's not just about rebalancing the system and the microbiome. It's also about tricking the body into thinking this is the way we do it. The body, like us, is a creature of habit. So we're explaining, no, that we don't want to degenerate, we want to regenerate. So these are all the things that you can do. And you cannot separate these things. Breathwork, of course, ultimately can help you deal with stress. Stress is very acidic in the body, so you can be eating and drinking all the juice, all the ferments, taking all the supplements, and if you're running on adrenaline, you're almost wasting your time because you're going to be changing the pH of the body with the massive amounts of stress hormones that you're putting in. The vagus nerve is disturbing the gut flora, because that's what it does. The vagus nerve, vagus is the Latin word for wander, and it's if you're like continuously stressed, what about that? What about this? Judge, blame, shame, complain. You're literally disturbing your flora all day, every day, and that's going to cause you as much havoc as eating a lot of processed foods. And if you're doing both, well, clearly the body's going to generate and dis-ease will appear. And really, we have to understand all of vitamin D, vitamin C, and it'd be great if that was the straw that broke the camel's back and you could take one supplement and feel better. That this is a very holistic overview. How you breathe, how you eat, how you move, what you believe, what you perceive, what you're carrying genetically, ancestrally. All of that is having an impact on how you feel and what you do. And when you can really understand all of that, there's a whole load to your body that you cannot see, well, most of us cannot see. There's an electromagnetic field that is drawing in and sending out energy. And you will start to feel it. When you start to work on your body, you'll become very sensitive to other human beings. And that can be a good thing and a bad thing, obviously, because you then have to really make sure that you're managing your own emotions and you're not picking up on other people's and allowing that to affect your long-term health. So I'm going to show you just 3 little exercises, very simple, to bring the air into the digestive system. Now, this will require a little bit of practice. The first one's very simple. Normally we breathe in through the nose, and out through the mouth. So this time we're going to just make a circle with the lips and breathe in through the mouth. And then I need I need to stop the dog. And then we're going to swallow that air. So we're putting this oxygen down into the body. Now, this is apparently not the most efficient way to do this, but it is a technique that you can use through the day and you can use it anywhere. And I do like that when you can just think, oh, I'll give my microbiome, the good guys, some extra oxygen, and that will eliminate, a lot of the food poisonings and the bacteria that are, causing havoc in the gut. Because the balancing of the good and the bad bacteria is key. So we're going to draw it in through the lips that I just showed you, like that. And then we're going to swallow and hold and just feel in your body where it goes. And then we're going to breathe out through the nose. Okay, so we'll just do that one first, and then I'll show you the other two. So breathing in. Feel out through the nose. Okay, so can you feel where that air went? I was doing this earlier because I want to practice it to teach it, because I've not really actually taught this breath before. So actually I could feel my stomach starting to rumble. Again, if you've not done this before, if you're not used to doing it, you need to practice. I'll put some really good video links up that you can look at it a wee bit more in depth, but let's do it again. Breathing in, swallow, hold, feel, see where you're putting that air, and then breathe out through the nose. So it's the complete opposite of what we normally do. But breathe into your belly when you're opening your mouth. Okay? So you're taking that air. Apparently you can get it all the way into your bowel by doing this. Well, this next one I'll show you. So the next one's same as that, except when you go to the breath hold, you shut down this root lock, so by putting your chin in your chest, and you pull your perineum, your solar, your pelvic floor. So you're closing off these two energy centers and you're putting the air into the digestive system. Okay? Now just be careful with this, because I did this down at Russell Brand. When you do this lock, you can get quite lightheaded. So just be careful, make sure you're sitting somewhere safe. You might not, but if you go for it, you might. So breathing in, swallow, pelvic floor. Once you've swallowed, cut off the chin and your perineum and hold the breath and feel. And let it out through the nose. See, one breath, you can feel it, can't you? So the first one, you just in through the mouth, hold, swallow, hold, and out through the nose. This one, you put your locks on, so you've got your chin and you've got your pelvic floor. So you're closing these two energy centers and you're putting that oxygen down into your digestive system. I know, Pamela, mental, isn't it? So just think about what you're doing, because remember, when you understand and you can bring the mind in and go, oh, I'm balancing my microbiome, I'm putting oxygen in there so that my intestines and colon and bowel can enjoy this beautiful energy. Now this one's a wee bit funnier. It's the crow breathing, they call it, or the crow pose. So you're going to put your neck out like a crow and breathe in. And then you're going to swallow again. Same thing, pelvic floor, hold, and then out through the nose. It's totally mad. I know, I agree. So this is a really good one as well for fasting. So if you're going to come on my 3-day water fast in September, where we're doing family constellations fasting, all different kind of breath works, all load of letting go of the ancestral stuff with Vita B. It's going to be epic, absolutely epic. This is one of the techniques that we can use to help us get through, to tell the body it's all right, healing's taking place. We're going to be doing a 72-hour fast, and at each side we're going to fill the body with biodynamic, phenomenal food. And then we're going to be using all these techniques and teaching you the power that you have to heal. So we'll do that one again. Let me break it down for you. So you're going to put your chin out like that and breathe in. Swallow. As you bring it back in, chin down, perineum muscle on, hold, and breathing out through the nose. Okay, we'll do one more. So chin goes out like a crow. Pelvic floor, chin down, hold it. And out through the nose. Now, obviously that needs a little bit of practice for you to get good at it, because there's a lot of things to think about. Chin out, breathe in, pelvic floor, perineal muscles in, lock. So if you just think you're in your chin lock, I can't remember this the name they use in Indian, Uddiyana Bandha, Chakra Bandha or something. So you've got this digestive tract where you put the oxygen in, sending it into the microbiome, powerful for food poisoning, fasting. You know, the body will do all of that by itself. And what I love about this kind of stuff is it's free. There is no cost attached to this for you. So directing that air down into the body, into the digestive system, and balancing everything and sending the good stuff. We have the power with the mind to change the pH, to change the chemistry, which is just what we've been doing. You probably feel that in your body. It's quite incredible considering it's just one breath. Again, just be mindful when you're doing it at first. Take your time, sit somewhere completely safe, because it can be incredibly powerful. And again, just showing you, the other thing you can do is keep your tongue flat on the roof of your mouth, as if you were like sucking your thumb. So the not, you know, and you're if you had your thumb underneath your tongue, I mean. So if the tongue flat in the mouth, there's these invisible energy lines, and we're just closing that and utilizing. And this is all the, you know, over in the East, they've known about this stuff forever. It's only now that we're really waking up to the power that we have within. Thanks, Fiona. Have a great day yourself. So yeah, so that's, I'll put a couple of links below this that you can investigate this more. Neeraj from Soma Breath, and there's a few other people that sort of teach it, and I'm sure you can Google yourself and learn more. But I'll just run through it one more time. So you can just start off breathing in, swallow, hold, and out. So in through the nose, in through the mouth, out through the nose, and then in again. Swallow, chin lock, perineum lock, hold, and then out through the nose. Just be careful, you'll feel yourself. And then the last one, Hold out through the nose. Just feeling your body. Great stuff, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Nice and simple. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.